Hello and welcome back to another Football Commentaries live stream. It is El Clasico number 254, where tonight we discover which side between Barcelona and Real Madrid will reach the Copa del Rey final. The history between these two are very, very tight. Barcelona sit on 100 wins and Real Madrid are on 101. Previously, it was Messi versus Ronaldo, but now it's Lewandowski versus Benzema, both who are top scorers for their teams in the La Liga season, but the Polish international does have three more than the Frenchman. The first leg lacked goals, where it finished 1-0 to Barcelona at the Bernabeu through a Militao own goal, but the most recent meeting was in the league back in mid-March before the international break, and Barca nicked the 3 points through a Kessie winner in the 93rd minute. This league is Barcelona's to lose as they sit 12 points ahead of Ancelotti's team. Barcelona are looking to win their second Copa del Rey in 3 seasons, as Real Madrid are looking to win their first since 2014 when they beat Barcelona in that final 2-1. So, for a place in the Copa del Rey final to face Osasuna, will it be Xavi or Ancelotti leading their team to potential glory? And to be fair, for both of these teams, it could be more than just potential glory in the Copa del Rey. Barcelona look set to win La Liga as they do sit 12 points ahead of Real Madrid. And they have already won the Super Cup earlier this season in January, where they did beat Real Madrid on the way to winning that competition. And then for Real Madrid as well, they've not won anything as of yet, but they're still in the Champions League, so they've got a chance to win that. And you never write them off, Real Madrid. See from last season, they trailed in pretty much every single knockout game in the Champions League, where they played the Giants in pretty much every round. They played PSG, they played Liverpool in the final, Man City. So they know how to win in Europe, so that's still available for them, but it's not a guarantee. So a Copa del Rey, I think, would definitely help Ancelotti's case for keeping his job, because his contract does run until the end of next year, 2024, and he has said that he wants to stay on until the end of his contract, at least as a minimum, as long as Real Madrid want to keep him. So football's ruthless, we know that, in the Premier League especially. So I think a Copa del Rey win would definitely help his case to stay on. Because remember as well, I couldn't believe it when I was researching for this game that they haven't won the Copa del Rey since 2014. They've had a pretty horrific history the last few years. Last year they got knocked out in the quarterfinals to Atletico Bilbao, and then the season before that they got beat in the third round to Alcoyano after extra time 2-1. And the season before that was another quarterfinal defeat to Real Sociedad. So really not a great history in many goals this season, especially in the league. They're still in single digits for goals conceded in the league. They've only conceded 9 goals in the league season, and they've already played how many games have they played so far in the league this season? 27. That's like a goal every 3 games they're conceding. Absolutely crazy. But Xavi's come in and obviously transformed their defence completely. Their defence isn't even anything like special to not be too harsh on them. Like Marcos Alonso's not even a centre-back, and he's played a lot of the games this season at centre-back. Alejandro Balde was unbelievable, their young left-back, aged 19. He's making only his 41st appearance for Barcelona. Him against United in the second leg at Old Trafford, especially the first half, was absolutely superb. So they've got talent there, and they're really using it to their full potential. They've had a great season so far, Barcelona, and they're looking to add to it. They didn't do too great in Europe, unfortunately. They did get knocked out of the group stage, this group stage mark in the Champions League, and then failed to get beyond Manchester United in the playoff round of the Europa League. But I think, to be honest, all Barcelona fans are being honest, they'd probably take a treble of a league title, the Super Cup and the Copa del Rey. They could focus on Europe next year, really give that a go next year, but we're just seeing both sets of players getting ready in the tunnel to emerge onto the historic field of the Camp Nou. It's a big game. They have faced each other 3 times already this year, and Barcelona have won all 3 meetings so far. Obviously, the last meeting was a couple of games ago, even though it was back in mid-March, where Kessie at this ground won it in the 93rd minute. Their other league game earlier on this season, back in October, it actually was a 3-1 win to Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, with Benzema, Valverde and Rodrigo scoring in that one. But yeah, the last three in the Super Cup, which was in January, they lost 3-1. And then the Copa del Rey first leg, they lost 1-0. And then in the recent league game, they lost 2-1. So on a bad run against this Barcelona side, who've clearly got the upper hand on Real Madrid in 2023. But that could change. There's this not written that Barcelona will go on and win this game, because you just can't rule Real Madrid out, especially with the team they've got. It's just an unbelievable squad. Carrying Benzema up front, still scoring all the goals. Only on the I say only. He's played 30 games in all competitions this season, and he scored 22. But last year was his year. 44 goals in all competitions and 46 appearances. 15 of them in the Champions League in 12 appearances. Scoring 2 hat-tricks as well in that Champions League run against PSG and Chelsea. It's just a different quality, isn't it, that you just don't see very often from players like that. But then I was researching Karim Benzema's league goal record, and from the first season he joined in 2009-2010 all the way up to the season of 2017-2018, he only scored 20 plus the Liga goals twice, which isn't many times scoring 20 plus goals. But then you've got to take into account that he was playing alongside Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale at that time, so obviously he wasn't relied on to score all the goals. But now he is, and he's just showed that they can have full reliance on the Frenchman, because he's absolutely unbelievable. What a player. Obviously won the Ballon d'Or last year as well. Sits 5th in Real Madrid's all-time appearance maker list. He's 36 behind Ramos, who is on 671 and who sits in 4th. And he's also second on the top goal-scoring list as well, obviously behind Ronaldo, who's got 450, and Benzema is just 105 behind. And at the age of 35, I doubt Benzema will get anywhere near that. But still, to score 345 goals for your club is not too bad, is it? It's not bad at all. As the teams do walk out of the tunnel onto the field to complete this second leg in the Copa del Rey. Let's get the timer ready. I really have no idea which way this game will go, if I'm going to be completely honest. I think it's a really open one. I think either team can win, even though Barcelona have the advantage and they're at home. Making sure the audio is okay as well, because the last couple haven't been amazing, the audio, and that is my fault. But we're nearly ready to get underway. We've got the captains meeting in the middle. Sergio Busquets, who is aged 34, alongside Karim Benzema, who's aged 35. Abundance of experience, but there's a reason they're still playing at this top level. It's because they're so good, and when you've got such natural ability and class, you just don't lose it at any age. And I think Busquets, mainly in midfield, is a perfect example. He's been at the club since the age of 17, and you just don't find many players better than him in the role he does. He's absolutely unbelievable. In terms of appearance making as well, he's also right up there. Busquets is 3rd with 713, obviously 714 tonight. With his 713 appearances, he's 54 behind the manager Xavi, who's second on the all-time appearance-making list. But I will go through the lineups just quickly. They are on screen. We've got Marc-Andre ter Stegen in goal, Jules Koundé right back, Ronald Araujo alongside Marcos Alonso, who's been making use of a centre-back position, and Alejandro Balde left back. 3 midfielders of Sergio Busquets, Sergi Roberto and Frank Kessie, and then a front 3 of Rafinha, who was signed for £55 million in the summer from Leeds. Gavi I've got on the left, who's been stripped of his professional contract and is now back on a youth contract, so he's number 30. He's playing left wing, and they'll be providing the magic and the passes for Robert Lewandowski, who plays up front for Barcelona tonight. He's got 27 goals in all competitions this season. What a player! And then and the benches and the subs are just below the team lineup if you want to have a quick glance. And then for Real Madrid, Courtois is in goal with Carvajal, Militao, Alaba, and Camavinga making the back four. Camavinga usually played in central midfield. He's played at left back, played there at the weekend, has played there many times before, including for France in the World Cup final. Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and Valverde make up the midfield three with Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr., and Karim Benzema making up the front three. So it's a 4-3-3 for both sides. So it'll be a pretty close encounter. Both teams playing similar systems, but in different styles. And we're kicked off underway. Real Madrid kicking from right to left. Barcelona left to right. Real Madrid was to kick off. As Rodrigo on the right, trying to work across. It's been cut out by Marcos Alonso, who plays it out to Gavi, who clears away first time up towards Lewandowski. Won by Militao. Tries to take it under control, but he slips. No, he's been caught there, says the referee, by Sergio Roberto, and Eder Militao's won a free kick for his side in the Barcelona half. I thought he just slipped there, the Brazilian, but the referee for tonight's game, Juan Martinez Munuera, who's from Benidorm, is in charge of tonight's game, officiating. Toni Kroos is stood over the free kick. It's an early chance for Real Madrid to get a chance on a goal here. It's a floating ball towards the far post, way too much on it from the German Toni Kroos, and it will fall through. For a goal kick for Barcelona from the poor Real Madrid free kick. He should have probably done better with that. Toni Kroos, he's so good at passing, it's just ridiculous. He's absolutely incredible, the 33-year-old. He's yet to score in this competition in his time at Real Madrid. Toni Kroos, as we're underway from the goal kick. It's Alonso playing it across to goalkeeper Ter Stegen. He sends it forward, looking for Lewandowski. He's just peeled wide right and he brings it under control. Pressure from Militao, but release it to Araujo, who looks like he might be playing at right back tonight. Goes for an audacious switch out to the left. What a ball that is. Straight to Balde, the left back. He takes it under control. He shifts it to Gavi on the left. It goes across. Good defending from Camavinga. He had to cut that out because Rafinha was there for the tap-in, and Real Madrid conceded the corner. Quick start from Barcelona. Really good play from Gavi, and especially Araujo, who looks like he's starting at right back tonight. Great ball. Curling it out to Balde at left back. He brought it down superbly, got him behind, played it to the left to Gavi, who'd peeled away from Carvajal, got it across. It was a great ball, but it was just even better defending from Camavinga, who is having to play left back tonight. It's an outswinger from Rafinha. In it goes, header won by Alaba towards the far post, where it's Busquets on the right to clip it back towards Araujo in the box. He wins the header, goes down towards Kessie, touches it towards Gavi, turns, back to goal, twisting, turning, gets the shot, it comes off the hand of Alaba. And I think the referee's giving a Barcelona ball, but VAR will have a good look at that, because that definitely struck the arm of David Alaba. It was towards the byline. Gavi just spun and got a low crossing. And VAR have ruled out the penalty straight away. No chance of that being given. I had to have a look at that again. It definitely struck his arm. It just might have been like his close, that his body, his arm was too close to his body. Let's have a look here. Gavi spun, got the cross in. I don't know how to describe this to you because it's definitely come off his arm. I'd have to see another replay of it, but Gavi spun and it's come off his arm. And we've got a Real Madrid throwing in the corner flag. Again, I'd have to see that again, but they were quick to rule out any potential penalty that they may have considered giving, as Barcelona's won it back quickly in the Real Madrid final third, but he's been tackled, Rafinha, by Camavinga, who's had a good start to the game so far at left back. Now Alaba clipped down the line towards Vinicius Jr., cut out by Koundé. Inside it goes to Busquets, using his body to shield it away from Modric, pokes it through towards Kessie, tackled strongly by Camavinga. It's now back in the possession of Real Madrid. Camavinga at left back. Goes across to Federico Valverde. He's had a great goal scoring season from midfield and wing. Has played on the right wing a couple of times, Valverde. All competitions he's scored 12 goals. There's a diagonal ball from Real Madrid. Has gone out of play for a Barcelona throw in. There is Carlo Ancelotti. I mean, what a managerial career he's had. He's managed the likes of Juventus, AC Milan, Chelsea, PSG, Real Madrid once and twice now. Bayern Munich, Napoli, Everton. Like, what a run of clubs, and he's pretty much been successful at every single club. Unbelievable manager, Ancelotti, and he is looking at the Brazil national team job. When his contract expires at Real Madrid, which is in 2024. But he could be released of his duties earlier than that due to not winning La Liga. Well, looking like they won't win La Liga. Tough Champions League draw. They've got to get past Barcelona to get to the Copa del Rey final. So it's looking hard for silverware to be won by Ancelotti. But if anyone's going to win it for them, it is going to be him. He's an absolute genius as a coach. Vinicius Jr. has been brought down quite cynically there by Araujo. And he wins the free kick for his side. Yeah, kick in the back of the leg. That's a nasty one from the Uruguayan. And just over 5 minutes in, it's been mainly Barcelona, but Real Madrid have, rode the storm well. But Camavinga's been really poor in possession. He's given it to Rafinha. Ball inside to Lewandowski. He's in the box, looking to shoot, and he does do so, but it's blocked by Militao. And that'll be a corner kick for Barcelona. Rafinha wanted the return from the Polish international, but he went on his own and he got the strike off, but it was blocked. Lewandowski has a great record against Real Madrid. He's got 4 goals in 5 against Barcelona. But against Real Madrid, he's got 7 in 11, and 4 of them came in one match in the 2012-2013 Champions League semi-final. So it shows his absolute oozing quality. Lewandowski scoring 4 goals in one game against a Real Madrid team in 2013 who, were at the peak of their powers and an unbelievable squad. Camavinga has stayed down here. When he was dispossessed by Rafinha earlier on in the move, he's obviously picked up a little knock from that, and he does seem to be feeling some discomfort. Antonio Rudiger's going for an early warm-up just in case the Frenchman cannot continue, as he is on the floor currently. Like I say, he is usually a central midfielder, Camavinga, but he's been used at left-back quite a lot this season. He was used there for 49 minutes in the World Cup final. From this replay, it looks like he'd actually picked up the injury after passing a ball. Don't know if it was the landing he took after he released the ball. I'm not too sure. But he's back on his feet. And he's just hobbling off. Not looking great for the young Frenchman, but they have got the likes of Antonio Rudiger to come on and then to shift Alaba to left back. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Frenchman, and he's not been a main starter. He has played every single minute in the Copa del Rey this season so far, in all rounds. But we're back underway, and it's in the back line for Barcelona. It's with Marcos Alonso, the former Chelsea man. Koundé looks for Rafinha, dispossessed by Camavinga. He's back on the field and has possession back for Real Madrid. Alaba in the back line. Toni Kroos just in the left back area. Goes down the line to Vinicius Jr. Heavy touch, and he allows the pressure of Rafinha, and he allows him to win the ball. And he's tackled by Camavinga, and he'll win the throw-in for his side. Looking lively in the opening exchanges. Rafinha, with Arsenal showing interest again, I read lately, to go in for him in the summer. And it might be a move that's made because obviously we've seen recently the link's been made to Lionel Messi returning to Barcelona, because it's not looking like he's having a great time at PSG. Ter Stegen sends it long up towards Lewandowski. Flicked on, but it's won by Camavinga. Plays it forward to Vinicius Jr. He's got the pressure of Araujo. Great tackle from the Uruguayan to take it away from his feet. And he's now got Lewandowski in the Real Madrid half. Just peeled out to the right-hand side and lays it off to Rafinha. It goes back to the man who makes the Barcelona machine work, Sergio Busquets. Sergio Roberto did score in the last El Clasico in the league. Made it 1-1 after an Araujo own goal in the 9th minute, which we're currently in after 8.5 minutes played. Important thing is as well to mention is that this goes to extra time and penalties, and there's no away goals as well. So if it ends at 2-1 to Real Madrid, just because they've scored more away goals, it doesn't mean they go through. Ter Stegen, another long ball. They're liking that pass through the Real Madrid defence, and they've nearly got through that time, but Camavinga, again, good defensive work from the youngster, dealing with the run of Rafinha there. He still looks a little bit not 100% comfortable with that knock he picked up. As Kessie takes it under control, gets it to Koundé. Back to Kessie, can't flick it on. It's won by David Alaba. Valverde gets caught under his feet and he's dispossessed. Rafinha whips it into Gavi. He's got the overlap of Balde to his left. He finds him. He gets the 1-2. It's to Gavi. Lays it off. Lewandowski blocked from Alaba, and Courtois will come and collect. Great start for Barcelona in the opening 10 minutes, looking to add to that 1-goal lead they've got as Modric has been pulled back there by Sergio Roberto, and it'll be a booking for the midfielder. The counter-attack was on there for Luka Modric as he received the ball quickly from Thibaut Courtois, and Roberto found the best way to stop him was to pull him back. But another good chance there, Balde, that left back. I think he's absolutely unbelievable. He made a great run, and before you know it, he'd got the ball, and I think before Gavi passed it to him, I think he knew what pass he was going to do if he'd received the ball. And as soon as he got it, he gave it back towards Gavi, who then worked it to Lewandowski, who got his first shot of the match. And he will be looking to score because in that Super Cup game that they played earlier on this season, in the 3-1 win, and Lewandowski did score and assist in that one. It was in Saudi Arabia as well, the Super Cup, as Newcastle in the Premier League have took a 1-goal lead, and that's Callum Wilson. So top 4 races well and truly on for both sides. Yeah, that was in the Super Cup final as well, the one this season, in Saudi Arabia. Vinicius Junior tries to play the ball inside towards Camavinga. He's getting forward, but it's cut out by Barcelona. It's now been given to Busquets. Forward to Lewandowski. Turns, looking towards the Real Madrid goal, but he's been tackled. And it's been a ball that's been released to Rodrigo. He's got pace, the Brazilian, and gets the ball across towards Vinicius Junior. Oh, great defending from Araujo, who clatters into the post. And the cold kick's been given. The referee says that Vinicius Junior got the last touch from the cross. But Araujo did slide to defend, and his back went straight into the goalpost. Nasty one. Great ball from Valverde to set away Rodrigo after the one possession off Lewandowski. He had the pace on Marcos Alonso on the right-hand side to get that cross in. And as the ball goes right across the 6-yard box, Vinicius Junior is able to meet it. Who gets the last touch? It's a great ball in. Very teasing. And yeah, I think it came off Vinicius Junior last and just trickled out for the goal kick. I think Araujo will be fine. It was a little knock into the post. It was nothing too cataclysmic, as he's on the sidelines waiting to be allowed to return to the field. Araujo. If you are new, if you could like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. As Ter Stegen from the goal kick got it straight to Lewandowski. Great hold-up play. Brings in Kessie, who's on halfway. Feeds Balde, the left-back, who cuts inside of a heavy touch, and he's been tackled by Valverde, who lets Carvajal take over and whips the ball inside to Toni Kroos. Forward once more to Benzema, who's drifted to the left. He's got Vinicius Junior with him. Brings it forward, the Frenchman. Plays it forward to Modric. Keeps the move flowing with moves forward. It's now Vinicius Junior on the left. To the edge of the box to Toni Kroos. It's a poor touch, but he keeps it under his spell and whips it out to Carvajal on the right, who's got forward. Rodrigo on the edge of the box. Feeds the overlap of Carvajal. Too much of a heavy pass. And it goes out for a goal kick. Probably should have made more of that Rodrigo, and I don't think Ancelotti's happy with that pass towards his right back who had marauded forward. Carvajal, only the age of 31. I thought he was older when I was researching his age. Has been at the club since the age of 10. Carvajal. There was a move in the middle of his time here where he went to Bayer Leverkusen for a year. Carvajal, 2012-2013. So it does look like Araujo is at right back and Koundé is at centre back. So on my lineup sheet, the right centre back and the right back is just needing to be flipped round. They are playing each other's position. Because with Araujo and Koundé, none of them are a right back, but both of them can play right back, if you know what I mean. So it's always usually whoever Xavi fancies playing the full-back role. Might be depending on the opposition they play. One suited better to certain opposition, as Rafinha's had a headed shot at goal straight down the throat of Courtois, but it was a great cross from the left-hand side from Balde. It was quite far out as well, so he's done well to find the Brazilian's head, but it was never going to trouble Thibaut Courtois there in the Real Madrid goal. And Thibaut Courtois made his 100th appearance for his country at the World Cup, which was unsuccessful, it could be fair to say, with Belgium crashing out at the group stage part of the World Cup. As the ball's been found in midfield to Sergio Roberto, who is already on a booking after pulling back Luka Modric around 5 minutes ago. Barcelona possession. It's Marcos Alonso at the back with the ball. 6 trophies in his career. He's won a Champions League with Chelsea. He also won a Europa League with Chelsea, an FA Cup and a Premier League. So not a bad set of trophies to win. As ter Stegen's ball has been kept in by Rafinha, who had to just travel a little bit back for that pass because it was not very good from ter Stegen. Good skill from Kessie. Araujo into Lewandowski. Lays it off into Kessie. Closed down by Vinicius Jr. And no foul's been given. And Vinicius Jr. can run at Sergio Busquets and he's clipped by the Spaniard. And that'll be a free kick for Real Madrid. Kessie stayed down after the challenge from Vinicius Jr. As the referee deemed it no foul, but I think it was, if we're going to be honest. Xavi's been booked, the manager, because I really don't think he's happy with the fact that that challenge by Vinicius Jr. and Kessie wasn't given as a free kick. Because I sympathise with Xavi, because I do think it was a free kick for his side, and he's just not being given it. And then the fact, I think, that Vinicius Jr. then took the ball away. I mean, it's just a free kick, isn't it? It's simple as that. Vinicius Jr.'s put his body in front of Kessie, and Kessie's kicked the back of his leg. I think it's just a free kick. I think it's just a known. And then the fact that Vinicius Jr. then took the ball, went forward, and then he did get fouled by Busquets, then he was clipped, but it's just a double whammy, isn't it? But the referee certainly wasn't hesitant to give Xavi the yellow card there. The Barcelona manager, in charge of his 79th game. He's got a 65.3% win rate. As manager, isn't too bad. And just a word on this referee as well. When I was researching who was reffing this game, is the free kick goes in by Alaba. It's headed away by Balde, but there's an offside flag up there for a Real Madrid player. So it's a free kick for Real Madrid, for Barcelona, given against Real Madrid. And yeah, this referee was labelled as a specialist with VAR, which I found interesting. So obviously he's one of the better referees when using the new technology in football. I just found it funny how a referee can be labelled as a specialist in VAR. I'd like to see his performances with VAR, because I don't think I know one referee you could label as a specialist with VAR, because they're all pretty garbage. But I thought that was funny when I was reading it on a news article that he's known as a specialist with the technology. As Rafinha's been given the ball on the far right-hand side here for Barcelona. He enters the Real Madrid half. He's 1-on-1 with Eduardo Camavinga. He's sloppy, but it's been found to Sergio Busquets. It's now Balde, the left-back. He's got forward. Heavy touch again, so he's invited the challenge from Rodrigo. And the Brazilian can take it away. And he's been fouled there by Gavi, holding him back. Barcelona fans not happy that was given against him. But it was, again, just clearly a foul. Arms all over the Brazilian right winger. You know, there's just no argument. You know, obviously opposition fans are always going to fight their own corner, but easily given free kick there as Camavinga's got it on the left-hand side. He's getting forward himself here into the Barcelona half as he lays it off to Vinicius Jr. Tries to go for the crossfield ball, but it's intercepted beautifully by Gavi with his head. And it's now been sent away. Rafinha, what a touch, brings it down for Barcelona in a dangerous area. He's trying to take on Toni Kroos. Great midfield work from the German. Great challenge, fair challenge as well. And Real Madrid can bring it away in their own half. They've got it to Dani Carvajal at right back. 18 and a half minutes played. It's still 0-0 on the night. 1-0 on aggregate after the first leg. Modric. You might have seen as well in an international duty when he was away, Modric. He's brought off in one of their qualifiers against Wales after dictating the play in midfield, because I watched the game. And he was brought off, I think, in the 92nd minute, and literally 10 seconds later, Wales put a long throw in and then scored a goal from a long throw, literally straight after he'd been brought off, which just shows how important he is. Like, don't get me wrong, they still might have scored the long throw with him on the pitch, but it's just, I found it quite funny. He literally brought off and straight away they concede. But what a player he is, Luka Modric. It's actually Carlo Ancelotti, who he would have worked with when Ancelotti was here the first time, back in 2013-2015, because Luka Modric joined in the 2012. It's the most assists he's got under one coach, Ancelotti. He's got 31. There's a few other coaches where he's not far behind on assists, but Clearly, Ancelotti gets the best creative spark out of Luka Modric. Hi mate, how you doing? Good to see you back on the... Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Hoping to do 2 commentaries this week. There should be another one at the weekend. I'm not sure which game, and then there's another hi there. Hello. I hope everyone's enjoying the stream here. As Gavi's got it on the left-hand side on the halfway line. He goes for a switch towards Rafinha. What a ball. Can't quite take it under control, so it runs towards the corner flag where he can keep it in. Rafinha tries to take on Camavinga. He's tackled by the Frenchman and wins the throw-in. What a ball by Gavi. Unbelievable. He's literally 18 years old. And he's so good. He's so good. Koundé has it. Goes back towards the halfway line to Marcos Alonso. Out to the left-hand side. Is the audio okay as well? Can you hear me okay? It's not bad or anything. If you could let me know, that'd be great. Newcastle 2-0 to the good Joe Linton. So they are really cementing that 3rd spot at the minute. Away at West Ham, who are really near that bottom 3. Rafinha again, he's been given the ball for a switch. He's brought it down with his chest, but tackled again by Camavinga. And he's put a strong challenge on Modric himself, but he doesn't come out with the ball, Rafinha. And a handball's been given against Kessie, I think, as it came off his arm. Despite the amount of pressure that's been put on that Real Madrid left-hand side, and the fact that Camavinga isn't a natural left back, I think he's doing a good job. Because Rafinha is looking alive tonight, he really is. As Real Madrid are in possession. Remember, they do need to score. Valverde going for a cross-field ball, intercepted by Araujo. Gets into Busquets, who avoids the challenge of Toni Kroos. He's going to go for a ball over the top. It's a diagonal ball towards the left-hand side, and Lewandowski will get there ahead of Eder Militao. Towards the corner flag, he's tackled by the Brazilian. It's a throw-in for Real Madrid. It comes off Lewandowski last. Good defending from Eder Militao, who joined the club for £44 million back in the July of 2019. He scored 4 goals in the league this season, all headers in the league, but he's also got 1 in the Copa del Rey as well. And that wasn't the own goal he scored, by the way. He scored a goal for Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey as well. As a corner's been given, Eder Militao went down under a challenge from Lewandowski, trying to win the free kick after he had to head it out of play. The referee wasn't buying it. Yeah, threw himself to the ground, acting like he'd been shoved or pushed, but there was no contact at all. From Lewandowski on Militao, good referee in there, and they've got a great chance to score here. Barcelona from the corner to get themselves a goal ahead on the night and 2 on aggregate. They've been the better side. And they've got defending to do. Rafinha with his left foot. It's going to be an outswinger. Ball goes in towards the near post. Header won by Benzema. All as far as Sergio Busquets, who goes back across to the left to Sergio Roberto. Now Rafinha again. Can he reload the cross? He can. It's a decent ball. Header won by Militao. All as far as Busquets, who plays it back to Alejandro Balde, the left back, who's the last man back for Barcelona. And just plays it to Stegen. Ball looking for Rafinha in behind. Swept up by Militao. And he's got help from Carvajal as they try and get out from the back. Clip down the line. Only finds the foot of Marcos Alonso, miscontrols it, and it's out for a throw-in for Real Madrid in the Barcelona half. Still 0-0 in the game between Manchester United and Brentford as well. Cross in from Vinicius Jr. had to be punched away from Ter Stegen. Miss-hit shot from Modric on the edge of the box, and it can be cleared by Koundé. Well, as far as the head of Eder Militao as he wins the aerial duel on Lewandowski. It's now towards the halfway line. Toni Kroos plays it forward to Rodrigo, the number 21. Plays it forward to Modric in the pockets of space that he likes to find himself in. Carvajal, first time ball in behind, looking for Rodrigo. And he missed it. And it fell into the very thankful hands of Ter Stegen. But I want to see how close Rodrigo was to that. Because if he'd beaten the offside trap, that's a great ball from Carvajal. First time. Oh, he's well onside. Koundé not pushing up with his defence. And he stretched to try and get a touch on the ball. And he missed it. When they're in behind here, Rodrigo again. Great challenge from Koundé to stop the attack. That looked very dangerous as he entered the 18-yard box. But Barcelona's bring it away with Alonso across to Sergio Roberto. Finds Lewandowski in the Barcelona half, drives forward into the Madrid half. He's got Rafinha to his right, and he will use the Brazilian. Left-footed pass looking for Busquets, just about finds the Spaniard as Modric was closing him down. Feeds it back to the former Leeds man. He gets a crossfield ball out towards Balde, the left back, brings it down calmly. Roberto back to the halfway line to Marcos Alonso. Kessie back towards Marcos Alonso, known more for his days at Chelsea playing left wing back, not centre back. Kessie looks for that switch again to Rafinha, and they found him. Really looking to try and target Camavinga, but he's dealt with the pressure so far and he's won the ball again. Rafinha trying to get the ball through his legs, and Camavinga kept them shut and said, no, thank you, I'll have the ball. As he has it now, they've played out from the back. Tripped late from Gavi, and Vinicius Jr. caught late as well, but the free kick's been given for the challenge on Camavinga. Oh, is Vinicius Jr. and Gavi are interlocking here, and there's been 2 yellow cards given for both. Vinicius Jr. has been booked and Gavi, as the referee needs to settle the situation here. Like I say, Camavinga was bringing it forward and he got fouled by Gavi, but play continued because Vinicius Jr. had the ball, and then Gavi's gone straight into Vinicius Jr. for another foul. That's why the free kick was given in the end, and then Vinicius Jr.'s gone to get the ball off Gavi and he's just shoved him out of the way. So there's a little bit of afters. The referee was literally right there next to them and saw it all unfold and brandished a yellow card for both. Quite a few yellow cards so far in this game. Sergio Roberto, Vinicius Jr., Gavi, Xavi as well, the manager, was booked. We're back underway with Balde in the Real Madrid half. Barcelona. Marcos Alonso. Busquets. Great ball to Roberto. Busquets again. Sound like a broken record. That switches on for Rafinha. He brings it down and just plays it into Araujo. Oh, into Lewandowski. Great chop to get away from Toni Kroos. He's dropped a little bit deep for the ball here, Lewandowski, so he's quite far away from the 18-yard box. He's just trying to keep the ball ticking for Barcelona as he lays it off to Rafinha. Kessie, Rafinha. Pass comes off Toni Kroos and can be headed away by Camavinga. Kroos looking for Vinicius Jr. Cut out. And it's now found Xavi, who gets away from Vinicius Jr. A free kick's been given for a foul on Gavi as he had the ball. I think it was from Vinicius Jr. I thought that was pretty fair, but the referee said no and give the free kick, and Barcelona keep it moving. With Sergio Roberto tackled fairly by Valverde as he concedes the throw-in halfway into the Real Madrid half. Real Madrid, Manchester United 1-0 up. Marcus Rashford with the goal as they lead against Brentford. Yet to have a goal in this game. We did have one in the first leg, a Militao own goal. And that was back in the 26th minute. We're just past that. Araujo clips it, looking for Rafinha again in the final third. Heads it inside towards Lewandowski. Tries to find Rafinha, but it comes off Militao last. And Barcelona have the throw-in. Despite Real Madrid needing the goal, it looks like Barcelona are the most likely to get the goal. Araujo, the number 4, with the throw-in. Throws it into Lewandowski, loads of space in the midfield area, but he's tackled by Toni Kroos, who's in a tight area himself, and he's been fouled by a Barcelona man, and it'll be a sigh of relief for Real Madrid, because if they'd lost possession there, it could have been flipped on them, and they could have been facing a dangerous attack from Barcelona. Sabitzer with the assist as well for the Manchester United goal. Toni Kroos in between the lines. Camavinga's got forward and he receives the ball, but he's been easily dispossessed by Frank Kessie. the former AC Milan midfielder, drove forward, then just dropped it off to his left to Roberto, who's on halfway, and once more to Balde, the left back. It's now back with Roberto. Set up very rigidly, this Real Madrid side, when they've not got the ball. Gavi cutting in from the left, down the right hand side. Finds Kessie, finds the ball to the left back. Balde, who has loads of room to get across in. It's headed away by Camavinga, as far as Busquets, who works it to Rafinha. Tries to play it forward towards Lewandowski, but again, cut out by Camavinga. He's not having a bad game, the left back, so far. Can't avoid the throw-in. It's been taken quickly towards Busquets, who keeps it alive and away from the pressure of Vinicius Jr. Rafinha plays it back, and it finds Koundé. Ball forward, it deflects, and it finds Modric, who loses out to Araujo, but he can't take on Camavinga, so it's back with Real Madrid. Modric poking it forward to Benzema, lays off to Vinicius Jr., pushed down by Araujo, and that'll be a free kick for Real Madrid. The Uruguayan with the foul this time, the man playing right back. Yeah, just chopped down Vinicius Jr. there, and Vinicius Jr. was asking for the yellow card there, and he didn't get it. Like I say, if you are enjoying, make sure you like and subscribe. Helps me out massively. No goals yet, but, you know, I think there's one coming. And if I had to guess, it'd probably be Barcelona. Real Madrid haven't really done anything since the first couple minutes. Gavi. Roberto. Busquets on the halfway. Gets it across to Marcos Alonso. You had a decent amount of time at Real Madrid from 1999 to 2010, where he only made the one appearance for the first team before finding a move to the likes of Bolton and then Fiorentina, where he's been in his career. Balde, always looking forward. And he keeps going. He's one-on-one with Carvajal towards the byline. He gets beyond the right back, tries to pull it back towards Kessie. Blocked off, and it can be dealt with here by Real Madrid. But my word, he's a dangerous left back. Took on Carvajal like he wasn't there, but Carvajal finds a beautiful ball into Modric, and Real Madrid can break. It's out to Vinicius Jr. on the left-hand side. He's got Benzema up there with him. Modric returns looking for the ball as well, and he gets it to the Croatian. And then finds Benzema on the left-hand side of the box, forward to Vinicius Jr. Tries the 1-2 with Benzema. So backheels it off Koundé. It's now in the corner where he's been pushed over there, Rafinha. But the referee says no. Vinicius Jr. continues with the ball. Gets it to the edge of the box to Toni Kroos. Dinks it towards Benzema at the far post. Gets it across, and it's to Stegen to catch. Not sure how the referee's not giving a foul on Rafinha there. Got pushed in the back there by Vinicius Jr. in the corner, but he allowed play to carry on, and Real Madrid nearly made the most of it. But Benzema's cut back wasn't good enough. Yeah, just the one attempt so far for Real Madrid. Not on target. Barcelona had 3 shots, 1 on target. But as they're showing replays, Lewandowski's gone down holding his lower back. I'm not sure what happened because they were showing replays, so I'd have to see a replay myself. The ball's gone forward up towards Lewandowski, and he's just got I think he's just got a bit of a knee in the back from Militao. They do hurt. They are sore ones. They are sore ones. My word, what happened to my voice then? Foul given. Hopefully Lewandowski can continue. He's still down. He's still down. And it's not great because he is 34 years of age. You know, footballing wise, that's old. So to be getting a back injury means that he probably can't play the game. I can't play this match. He might be okay for the next game, depending on the severity of it. Still 2-0 to Newcastle. And 1-0 to Manchester United. Shah with the assist for Joe Linton's goal, and St. Maximin, the assist maker for Callum Wilson's goal for the first one. So we actually get a stoppage in play for Lewandowski to be treated, as the Camp Nou is absolutely rocking tonight. Especially that area behind the goal where Real Madrid are currently attacking for the first half. As everyone's just rehydrating, getting fluids on board. Lewandowski's back on his feet and he's just walking slowly towards the side of the pitch. That handball, they're going back to it. Commentators are saying, I don't know if they're agreeing with me, but to me, it's a penalty. I'm going to be honest, I mean, I could be wrong. If you're watching, I'd like to know what you guys think, but I just think it's come off his hand, he's slid in to try and block it, he's blocked it with his hand. Penalty, but not given. We're back underway as the ball was given back to Real Madrid. Courtois. Clearance cut out by Koundé. Kessie gets the better of Cruz. Plays the ball forward to Gavi. Back out to Kessie in the right wing area. Back to Gavi, who's made the run in the box on the right hand side. Pulls it back, well dealt with by Alaba. Falls to Vinicius Jr. Has to retreat to get the ball. Now Cruz gets it across to Valverde once more to Carvajal. And they're rushing forward in their white jerseys here, Real Madrid. Rodrigo's peeled far right. Everything's to his left. One-on-one with Balde, the left back. Tries to drive inside. Lays it off to Valverde. Now finds Cruz. Falls to Rodrigo. Out to the left back, Camavinga, who's joining the attack. Vinicius Jr. Ball inside. Rodrigo looking for the run of Camavinga. It's deflected towards Vinicius Jr. in very vital interception there from Koundé to slide the ball away. And it's still with Real Madrid though, with Toni Kroos working it out to Carvajal at right back, who's got forward for Real Madrid. He's still got it here. Has to play it back to Valverde. Now across to Kroos. He's got everyone in front of him now for Real Madrid pretty much. He lays off to David Alaba. Camavinga. Tackled by Rafinha, throwing it for Real Madrid. They lose it as Barcelona are back in possession. With Marcos Alonso to the left back Balde, getting pressed by Carvajal. So he clears the ball away with his right foot looking towards Lewandowski. He's been flattened to the ground there, but the referee has nothing to say. Nothing given. He's given so many free kicks for Real Madrid and practically none to Barcelona. Play continues, midfield battle there, and Kessie comes out on top against Luka Modric. It's now Rafinha, who's again one-on-one with Camavinga. Tries to play the ball inside towards Kessie, cut out by Kroos. And he rolls it into Modric, who's come to support. And again, they'll build from the back. Valverde strides forward with the ball. Goes to right back Carvajal on the halfway line. Rodrigo gives the return to Carvajal. Across it goes to Modric. Sweeps the ball to the left-hand side to Vinicius Jr. He'll fancy across himself towards Karim Benzema. Too much on it. And it will ride away for a goal kick for Barcelona. As we are 7 minutes away from the 45. And it's still 0-0 on the night. 1-0 on aggregate. Barcelona have probably been the better team with the better chances, but there's not been many clear cut. Possibly they could have had a penalty earlier on in the game. Lewandowski in a left wing position. Gets inside to Roberto and then gets the return. Finds Roberto again on the edge. Plays it through towards Gavi. Great close control, but he is tackled. And it's cleared from Real Madrid in their own box. Only as far as Marcos Alonso lifts it forward to Balde, the left back. Running at them Real Madrid players. He's cut out by Valverde. But his touch has only gone as far as Gavi. Goes back to the halfway line to Alonso, who goes across to Jules Koundé, former Sevilla man. Marcos Alonso. Good press from Real Madrid, forcing him back to go to his goalkeeper, to Stegen. Gives the return ball back to Alonso, whose ball's misplaced towards Gavi. It's cut out by Carvajal and it's fell across the field and it's gone to the feet of Luka Modric. Now with Kroos in the circle, but in the semicircle and the Barcelona half as Real Madrid look to try and get a goal before half-time. It'd be vital, it'd be key, it would be massive. Rodrigo into Benzema on the edge of the box, can't quite get away from Marcos Alonso as Barcelona clear. As Militao brings it forward, gets out to Carvajal and continues to run down the right-hand side, but Carvajal opts against using it. And it's now Modric, who looks to the left-hand side for options, and he finds Camavinga. Now with Cruz again. Valverde gets a crossing, header away by Alonso, and it finds Frank Kessie as he lifts the ball over to Gavi. With his left foot, he tries to go for a switch towards Rafinha, headed out by the head of David Alaba and helped on by Luka Modric. Almost finds Busquets, who gets the ball moving for Barcelona. Finds Rafinha. Not got many options in an attacking sense. So he switches it out towards Balde, the left back. Camps inside the Real Madrid half here. Barcelona looking for this second goal in the leg, in the tie. Sergio Roberto is the heavy ball, looking for Balde. He will give chase till the end, but Militao will get there and win the free kick as Balde just pushed him in the back there. 2-1 to Newcastle. West Ham have got a goal back. Kurt Zouma. And it's still 1-0 between Manchester United and Brentford. The Red Devils lead. But I think that one was a foul as Militao tried to, shepherd the ball out for a goal kick. He was pushed by Balde. Ball pumped forward towards Rodrigo. Can't quite win the header for Real Madrid. Alaba comes across with a slide tackle to clear for Real Madrid. And as well with David Alaba, he was a centre-back and played the full 90 minutes in the 8-2 win that he got when he was at Bayern Munich against Barcelona in what was just a historic, iconic, and just absolutely crazy football match. It's from the throw-in, it's conceded to give Real Madrid a throw-in. As Araujo couldn't get the return ball and keep it in play. Camavinga throws it down the line towards Benzema. Ball inside, cut out by Kessie. He's now got the ball, the Ivorian. He's been tackled by Modric, but the ball's gone forward towards Lewandowski, who loses out though in the end. It's now Toni Kroos. Ball inside towards Modric, gets there ahead of Busquets. Kroos. Foul given. Rafinha's the one who's down in the end there. It was there to be won. Kroos was shielding the ball away from Kessie, and Rafinha just came in and took the ball away. And as he came to get the ball, he was just clattered into there by Luka Modric. Rightly given free kick. Kessie just making sure Modric stayed away from Rafinha, who he'd just fouled. Back underway though with Busquets in the Barcelona half. It's now with Alonso. Ball through in between the lines. Gavi's found the space. Plays it through towards Kessie. Can't quite get to the Ivorian, and Camavinga intercepts, and Real Madrid are back in possession momentarily with Vinicius Jr. Tackle by Araujo, throw-in for Real Madrid. Now with Courtois. Long ball forward, looking towards Rodrigo. Header won by Marcos Alonso. Busquets out to Balde. Enters the Real Madrid half. He sees a ball on early towards Rafinha. Cut out by Camavinga. As far as Kessie. Solely gets it to Lewandowski, who's in like a right wing position, but quite deep as he gets it to Kessie again. Looks for a ball forward towards Roberto, who had made a run, but it's been dispossessed, and now Real Madrid can get forward, a long ball forward, and he finds Benzema, and he brings it down, he brings Vinicius Jr. into play, he's running at the Barcelona defence, he's been stopped in his tracks there by Kessie, and the referee saw nothing wrong with it. Good defending from the Ivorian international, who's the last man to score in an El Clasico, with the winner in the last league game at the Nou Camp, when they won 2-1. We're about to hit the 45th minute, and we're going to have 3 minutes of added on time. As Lewandowski has it, he's the furthest man forward for Barcelona, so he just goes back to Roberto, and he plays it forward to Gavi. 1-on-1 with Militao, finds the left back, Balde's got forward, first time cross towards Lewandowski, strikes first time, saved low from Courtois, can it be dealt with by Real Madrid? It's still alive in the box, Gavi pulls it back towards Rafinha, dealt with by Valverde, it will break towards Rodrigo, who tries to get away, and the counter-attack's on. Vinicius Jr.'s away to 3-on-3 here, he's got Benzema to his right, Rodrigo to his left, he lays it off to Benzema, goes back once more to Vinicius Jr., he can't miss, he hasn't. It's been bundled home eventually. And on the counter-attack, right on half-time, Real Madrid equalise on aggregate. They go ahead on the night. And from going so close to conceding at the other end through Lewandowski, a top save from Courtois, to then getting themselves ahead in the game at the other end, literally 30 seconds later. It's what football's all about. It can change so fast. The twists and turns is what makes it so exciting. And as they broke, Vinicius Jr. got it to Benzema on the right. He then pulled it back to Vinicius Jr., who took a touch and then poked it towards the far corner. He got it beyond to Stegen, and Jules Koundé had got himself on the line and he blocked it, but he couldn't stop the ball from rolling in towards the net. And then Benzema was able to poke it home to definitely assure that the goal was going to count. So I'm not sure if it's Vinicius Jr.'s goal or Benzema's. I'm not sure if it had already gone over the line yet. But Vinicius Jr. has had his blushes saved because he shouldn't have had Benzema following it up to make sure it went in. It's a good block from Koundé on the line, but he should have really buried that himself first. But Benzema was there to make sure it definitely went in. But we'll have to just wait for confirmation for whose goal that is. But right on half-time, despite the domination that we've seen from Barcelona in terms of possession and the chances that there's been, it's Real Madrid to take the lead. It's Barcelona 0, Real Madrid 1, and it's 1-1 on aggregate. What an end to the first half. What a twist to this semi-final. So the goal obviously definitely stands. There we go. I will let you know as soon as when I know whose goal it is. I think they've got it down as a Vinicius Jr. goal for now, but it was close. It was very close. Koundé. Ball inside to Sergio Busquets as we are now level as well, which makes it a lot more exciting at the Nou Camp. Second largest stadium in the world. Largest in Europe. Roberto, pass intercepted. Modric finds Rodrigo and half-time is upon us. There's a counter-attack on here and Real Madrid aren't happy that the ref blew, but they weren't deep enough inside the Barcelona half for it to really be dangerous. Like, the 3 minutes was played. And that's that. So they can't really have any complaints. They were away, but they weren't far enough in the Barcelona half to really, warrant the attack to be finished. But it is half-time. And it is Barcelona 0, Real Madrid 1. 1-1 on aggregate. And it's been a mixed game, really. It's not been like the most amazing game in the world. What a red card ask for Barcelona in the 10th minute, where Gavi spun and had a cross, and it was blocked by the hand of Alaba. No penalty was given, and it was checked by VAR, so they didn't give it. But I thought it was a penalty, so they had that, and there was a save as well in the 14th minute through a Rafinha header, which was never going to be going in, but it was a great cross from Balde. And then we've had a lot of fouls from Barcelona. We've had a lot of yellow cards so far. I'll go through all the yellow cards soon. And then the other chance, and the other big chance that we had was right before half-time. Barcelona had got in. Lewandowski had a strike. Professionally saved. by Thibaut Courtois, and then Real Madrid went right up the other end, counter-attacked, and Vinicius Junior scored for 1-0. So no real big chances for Real Madrid before that goal. Barcelona's only real big chance was the chance before the counter-attack, which led to the goal. So it's not been the most exciting of first halves, but we've got a goal, and it was right at the end of the half through Vinicius Junior, and it means the tie is all tied at 1-1, and it should be an exciting second half to the game. But half time it is. And Real Madrid lead on the night. They'll just need to keep it up and try and get a goal. Another one to put them ahead on aggregate. That'd really tilt the boat into their favour. Joe Linton's goal rounded the goalkeeper. 2-0. And as well, I don't know if any of you have heard, but it does look like Frank Lampard will be returning to Chelsea as interim manager until the end of the season. I think, to be completely honest, I'm not a Chelsea fan, so I don't know. But I think until the end of the season, the position they're in, I think that's the perfect man to bring in. He's been at the job already, and you've got to remember, when he had the job at Chelsea, he wasn't doing bad. He got them top 4 with a transfer ban, and then in the second season, when he got sacked during COVID, he wasn't having a bad season. He was still in the top 4, but obviously that was when Roman Abramovich was in charge, and just getting top 4 isn't good enough. And then Everton, obviously that was just a difficult situation in general. But I just think for the last 10 games of the season, or however many's left, 9 or 10 games they've got left, they're not getting Europe, they're not getting relegated. Just to get through this season, just put him in interim charge, get a Chelsea man in, where the fans can get behind him and they know who he is and they know, they'll back him all the way. I think it's a smart move, and then just restart fresh in summer. Personally, with a Nagelsmann or a Luis Enrique, that kind of manager. So I don't think it's a bad move at all, to be honest. I mean, some might disagree, but I think it's a clever move. If it comes off, obviously, it might go horrifically wrong, but I don't think it will. But it is also half-time in the other games as well in the Premier League. So it's Manchester United 1, Brentford 0, and West Ham 1, Newcastle 2. But it's just amazing, isn't it, how, football can change, isn't it? If Lampard does return, whoever would have thought of that at the start of the season? It's it's really funny how football changes the way it does. But it's half time in this game. It's 1-0 to Real Madrid. 1-1 on aggregate. Could we get some extra time? Could we get some penalties even? I wouldn't be complaining. But yeah, this is also the winners do play Osasuna in the final. They got beyond Atletico Madrid. Wow. Atletico Bilbao last night. The first leg was 1-0 to Osasuna, and then Bilbao took a 1-0 lead in the second leg in the 33rd minute, and then all the way through to extra time. It looks like from the stats, I didn't watch the game, but it looked like from the stats, Bilbao dominated 23 shots, 6 on target, 62% possession, but in the 116th minute, Pablo Ibanez scored an absolute worldie. I did see the goal, I saw it just before this game started, in the 116th minute to get Osasuna to, I think, their second ever final in the Copa del Rey. And yeah, it was an absolute beauty of a goal. If you've not seen it, I'd go and check it out. It was a really good goal. And so the winners will play Osasuna, and it's one of them. It's like, you've got to, if you're Real Madrid or Barcelona and you're not playing Real Madrid or Barcelona in the final, you're going to fancy yourselves as the favourite. But Osasuna, mid-table in La Liga. Really, whoever wins this will probably be favourites to go and win the Copa del Rey. So they've got to see this as a massive opportunity. And with Real Madrid lacking silverware this season, it looks like they will be lacking silverware at the end of the season. I think there's got to be something they've really got to push to try and win. Because obviously it does look like the league's already wrapped up with Barcelona 12 points ahead of Real Madrid in the league. But literally that chance that they had right before with Lewandowski, great save from Courtois. Gavi tried to recycle it into the box and then they broke. They got it away. Rodrigo got beyond the challenge of Marcos Alonso. Played it to Vinicius Junior. He took over 1-2 with Benzema and then poked it in. And it has gone down as a Vinicius Junior own goal. So Benzema did try and just about get there to poke it home, but in the end, was not to be for Benzema, but it was to be for Real Madrid because they are leading this second leg. The fact that Koundé nearly blocked that as well needs to be given credit for as well. That block on the line was insane. The fact he even got there, but again, just wasn't enough. But the second half will be back underway in a couple minutes' time. There's big games as well coming up for both sides, but mainly Real Madrid. Their next game is the league game at home to Villarreal, and then on the 12th of April, so in that's next Wednesday, isn't it? In next Wednesday, they've got their first leg against Chelsea at home at the Bernabeu, and then they've got Celta Vigo in the league, and then obviously they've got the return leg against Chelsea like within that. So it's big games. Like again, they don't want to give up on the league, but I feel like they'll probably have to put the league aside and really focus on the Champions League if they want success this year. Because I think the league is just a little too far away from their reach, personally. I think Barcelona have got that wrapped up. Because when they've only, I know they've conceded tonight, but to only concede 9 league goals in 27 games, I mean, it's hard to keep up with that, really. And Ter Stegen's had a great year for clean sheets, got 22 in all competitions. Funnily enough, he didn't get 1 clean sheet in the Champions League in the 5 games he played, but in every other competition, Barcelona have done pretty well, to be fair. But in the last El Clasico there was, which was in the league, as I mentioned before, Real Madrid did go 1-0 up, but it was through a Araujo own goal. But they were 1-0 up, so hopefully they've learnt from that and they can keep the lead this time, or maybe even build on it. Don't want to lose it like they did in the 93rd minute. If Barcelona do win the game tonight, outright win the game, they'll both be on the same amount of wins in the head-to-head. Real Madrid on 101, and Barcelona will join them on 101 wins. Their Copa del Rey record is 12 wins for Real Madrid, 16 wins for Barcelona, and 8 draws in the Copa del Rey. I'm presuming that's through, like semi-final first legs being drawn and stuff like that. So Barcelona do have the upper hand in terms of a head-to-head in the Copa del Rey, but history doesn't mean much in these games and stats. They're just interesting to hear. I hope they are anyway, or I'm wasting my time researching them. So, yeah. See what Twitter's saying about this game, if anyone's given it a watch. There's a lot of tweets about the goal and about the fact it's half-time, not much being said. I think Camavinga's had a smashing game, by the way, at left-back. He's really dealt with Rafinha well and all the bombarding they've done down his side because they've not let him breathe, Camavinga, but he's been pretty successful at dealing with everything they've thrown at him at the minute. Second half, just 2 minutes away now. See what kind of second half we get. Will Barcelona come out fighting? Because they have to be careful, because Real Madrid's goal did come from a counter-attack, and they've looked dangerous through counter-attacking the whole game. Not just that chance, they've always broke decently throughout the game, just not really created anything significant. But if Barcelona really go for it and push forward, they've got to be careful of that counter-attack, because clearly Real Madrid just have so much class to score when given the spaces and the chances to get shots off at goal. Zuma's header against Newcastle before half-time. Completely unmarked, Kurt Zouma. Weird. Strange defending from Newcastle. I have to see that again. Well, you can hear it there. As I'm trying to walk through. Bowen with the corner. Zouma lost his man. Who is his man? Who is that? I think it might be Longstaff, or someone's lost Zouma there, and Zouma was just left him in the dust there. Which means that game's 2-1. Like I say, United is still 1-0 at the minute. Apparently, it's the very least they deserve. United have had the vast majority of the ball and all of the chances, with Rashford's close range strike and the difference at the moment. So it looks like United are deserving of their 1-0 lead. Again, I've not watched it, so I'm not sure, but looks like they deserve their lead, and after playing so poorly against Newcastle, they had to give some kind of reaction. As it is, like I mentioned, Real Madrid have got their first leg against Chelsea next week in the Champions League, but Bayern Munich also travel to Manchester to play Manchester City on Tuesday for their first leg. Got the Easter weekend of football as well, where Championship, League 1 and League 2 play on the Friday and the Monday. So there's loads of football, and then obviously there's going to be football on the Saturday and the Sunday through the Premier League. So from Friday to Monday, it's just football galore. You just can't complain, can you? Not one bit. And Vinicius Jr. was very happy with his goal. Pretty sure it's been given as his. The Brazilian, who gets his third goal in the Copa del Rey this season. He gets his third goal in his 14th appearance against Barcelona. In the two previous games he scored in against Barcelona back in the 2019-2020 season and the 21-2022 season, both goals have come in victories for Real Madrid. Is that a good omen tonight for Ancelotti's men? We'll have to wait and see. As both sets of players are in the tunnel, and they're going to emerge very shortly to get this second half underway. We're currently heading for extra time as it stands, but we've still got another 45 minutes to play. So he could definitely flip and change on its head, that's for sure. As both teams back out for the second half. As they're back out, ready to see who can book a spot in the Copa del Rey final against Osasuna. Here come Barcelona, led out by captain Sergio Busquets, who is playing in his 48th El Clasico. 48th. He's got 23 wins, 8 draws, 16 losses. No goals, but what a great stat that I found about Sergio Busquets against Real Madrid is he's only assisted 1 goal as well. And that 1 goal was Messi in the 2010-2011 Champions League semi-final that you might remember, where he went on that unbelievable run at the Bernabeu and scored, and Busquets got the assist, where he basically just tapped the ball about 2 inches to Messi, and he just did the rest. So yeah, in 47 previous games, he's yet to score against Real Madrid. As we're back underway, Barcelona kicking off, kicking right to left. Real Madrid left to right. Vinicius Jr. is the player to give them their 1-goal lead tonight and to get them back on level terms in aggregate. As Koundé sends it down the line towards Rafinha, chests it inside looking for Lewandowski, cut out by Alaba. Camavinga. He's been forced back to Thibaut Courtois. Right-footed clearance towards Benzema, who's dropped a little bit deep for the ball, but he's come back from an offside position. And it'll be Busquets to take. Goes across to Marcos Alonso. Misplaced ball, out of play. Real Madrid throwing. Both of these teams are coming into this game off the back of big wins. Barcelona won 4-0 away from home against Elche, a game I watched. And Elche, bottom of the league, they didn't put a bad fight up, to be honest. Like, for bottom of the league, I thought they were going to play a lot worse than they did. But obviously the result kind of cemented the facts of why they're bottom of the league. But Lewandowski scored twice, and 2 players who were on the bench scored 1 each, with Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres. And then Real Madrid won at home to Real Valladolid at home. Benzema got a hat-trick. Rodrigo, Asensio and Vasquez scored goals as well. Benzema has got a goal in this fixture so far this season. He scored in the Super Cup final in the 93rd minute in Saudi Arabia, and he also scored in the 3-1 win in the league earlier on this season as Vinicius Jr.'s beaten Ronald Araujo, got towards the byline and couldn't pull it back to a white shirt, but it's still alive with Camavinga. Great run from Vinicius Jr., got past Araujo way too easily. Start the timer. Carvajal has it. Finds Luka Modric, who's just slightly deeper here. Got options ahead of him. Clips it out towards the right-hand side to Valverde. Try to drive inside for Real Madrid. Plays the ball across. And he finds Toni Kroos. Ball forward to Vinicius Jr. Tries to slip through Rodrigo. He's been cut out and cleared by the right boot of Alonso. 3-1 Newcastle. They must have scored pretty quickly after half-time. Callum Wilson with his second in the 46th minute. But great skill there from the goal scorer Vinicius Jr. to get beyond Araujo. Just couldn't find the pass to make the move even better. As Roberto has it in the midfield for Barcelona. Finds Gavi. Dispossessed by Carvajal. Forward by Valverde. 1-2 with Rodrigo. He gets the return. The Uruguayan has been pulled down there by Gavi. Free kick for Real Madrid on the right-hand side. Despite having 12 goals in all competitions this season, Valverde, he has got 7 of them in the league. And before the season, his best scoring season in La Liga was only 3. In the 2020-2021 season. As Militao's gone down here, holding his left leg for Real Madrid. Like I said, they've got decent depth on the bench if they really need it, if he's seriously hurt with Rudiger. But Rudiger doesn't look like he's getting a move on anytime soon. I think I saw him on the bench there. Sorry. As Militao switched the ball, he just got a kick from Lewandowski, but there's nothing in it. We're back underway. Carvajal, ball inside into the box. Cut out by Kessie. Doing his defensive duties there. And Gavi on the left-hand side cleared up the field. Looking for Lewandowski. Loses out to Militao. It's now Valverde. Modric, the right-back area where it's Militao. And he pokes down the line to Modric. Great find. And he's running at goal here, Modric. He's got runs either side of him. And he goes to Benzema, who strikes in and shapes it into the bottom left corner. And Real Madrid lead. Not just on the night by 2 goals, but they lead as well. On aggregate by 2-1. What a turnaround. Created barely anything for the whole of the first half. And they got a quick goal on the counter-attack right before the end of the half. And 5 minutes into the second, they've got their second goal. Barcelona looks stunned. And it's clinical finishing from the Frenchman. What a goal. He gets his 14th goal in the El Clasico fixture. It's the 46th one he's playing. But Modric, great run. Laid it across and literally on the 18-yard line. Benzema, all the time in the world to let the ball come across his body, and he just sweeps it across into the bottom left corner. Ter Stegen at full stretch, couldn't keep it out. And in the Copa del Rey second leg semi-final, it's Barcelona 0, Real Madrid 2, 2-1 an aggregate. What a finish from the captain. And he gets his 23rd goal of the season in all competitions. Real Madrid lead and they're going through. What a change in performance we've got here from Real Madrid. Wouldn't have seen this coming in the first half because they just weren't doing anything in an attacking sense. They weren't doing bad defensively. They weren't conceding too many clear-cut chances, but wow, 2 quick goals either side of half-time, and they're ahead. Kessie on the edge of the box has it. Gets it out to Balde on the left in the box. He's striking the ball, and he's forcing a save from Courtois, has to parry out. So it's back with Busquets, works out to Rafinha on the right-hand side, curls it in with his left boot. Too high for Gavi, and it will run for a goal kick for Real Madrid as they look to defend this lead they've now got. They've lost the last 3 El Clasicos, and they've all come in 2023, so they'll want to change that. Overhit from Rafinha. He's not having great success in this game. He's been pretty quiet. He's had the ball a lot, but he's been made quiet by the defending of Camavinga, who's really shaped up against him well. It's now fell to Benzema in the Barcelona half, running forward now, avoiding the challenges of many. And he finds Rodrigo, back to goals, has to play it back to Carvajal. It's now Modric, well kept from Rodrigo, who's making his 150th Real Madrid appearance tonight. Great landmark for the young Brazilian. Modric finds a ball in behind. He finds Carvajal in the box. Pulls it back. It deflects up. And it's dealt with by Kessie. But the offside flag's gone up on Carvajal. So play's pulled back. So Barcelona come out with the ball. It's Marcos Alonso. Looks for a ball towards Rafinha. He gets it. He's one-on-one with Camavinga this time. Can he take it around the outside of him? He can't because Camavinga gets there and he pokes it behind for a corner. Defending really well tonight, Eduardo Camavinga. Joined last season in the summer for £34.4 million from Stade Rennais. But they've got a chance from the set piece. Dead ball situation. Rafinha in swinger towards the near post. It's helped on by Araujo, but it went all the way through for a goal kick. Unlucky there from the Uruguayan defender there. Araujo did miss the World Cup for injury for Uruguay. He definitely would have made it and started because he's currently valued at £61.5 million. The 24-year-old. Courtois has it from the goal kick. Clips it forward, looking for Benzema. Loses out to Koundé. Finds Kessie. Hooks it over his head and he finds the run of Rafinha in the box. Goes with a weak foot strike and it's wild and it's wide and it's a goal kick for Real Madrid. Good defending from Alaba. Kept him on that right foot because he knew he wasn't going to be comfortable on that right foot. And it showed there with the finish. An unnatural finish on his right boot. And Real Madrid keep their lead. 2-0 on the night, remember, but 2-1 on aggregate because Barcelona won at the Bernabeu 1-0. The last time these teams faced in the Copa America semi-final was in the 2018-2019 season. The first leg was 1-1 at the Camp Nou where Malcolm scored for Barcelona and Vasquez for Real Madrid, and then the second leg was a 3-0 win for Barcelona, 2 for Suarez and a Varane own goal. But then then Barcelona went on to go to that final and get beat by Valencia. 10 minutes into this second half. Goal scored in the 50th minute through Benzema. Cultured finish into the bottom left corner. Carvajal tries to feed it through towards Rodrigo. Good defending from Balde. Now Kessie in midfield. Back to Koundé's on the edge of his own 18-yard box. Clips out to the right back Araujo, who's got forward. He leaves it for Kessie instead. He then plays it forward to Araujo, who's going to try and go around the long way of Camavinga. He has to slow down, though. Well defended again by the left back. Araujo drives inside. He's on the edge of the box. He's now in the box, trying to get it back onto his right foot. Tackled by Valverde, but he keeps it. He chops. He shoots, and he sprags it wide. Talk about perseverance there from Araujo. Went the whole way. He lost it about 3 times and then won it back every time. And he got the shot away, but it was always dragging itself wide. But Araujo just wasn't giving that up at all. Great play from the right back. Just couldn't deliver the necessary finish for the goal. Yeah, not a very cultured finish. Hit the toe of Araujo, and that deflected. That should be a corner. That came off Alaba. Araujo didn't ask for it, so he might not have seen the deflection, so how could the referee have seen it? That definitely took a slight nick off David Alaba on the way behind. Balde throwing to Sergio Roberto. He's been pressured by Valverde, and he wins it back Valverde, and he pokes it to Rodrigo on the right-hand side towards the corner flag. Not got many options with him, but he plays a great ball towards the byline to Modric, who gets it right across goal. It's a great cross, no one's there. It can be recycled, though, by Vinicius Jr., who's running at Araujo. He's beaten once already in this second half. And he's been clipped. Oh, and that's a penalty. It's going from bad to worse for Barcelona. Frank Kessie with the late challenge, and he takes out Vinicius Jr., and it's definitely a penalty. No real complaints from Barcelona. It's just a late challenge. Kessie thought he could get the ball before Vinicius Jr. got there, and he was wrong. Yep. Just got there ahead of Kessie and was clipped. Trodden onto the top of his toe. And an easy given penalty. And this could give Real Madrid a 2-goal cushion against Barcelona at the Camp Nou. How this game has changed. Barcelona was so good up until the 45th minute when they conceded. And then the second half, they've just not been able to get back into the same flow as what they were in the first half. And Real Madrid took over. And it's Benzema to take. He's already got 1 goal tonight in this second half. Can he get one from 12 yards? He's got the captain's armband on. He is their leader. He is the one who scores their goals. And he does it again tonight for the second time. Sends ter Stegen the wrong way. Opens up the body. Sends it to the right-hand side of the goal. And it's Barcelona 0. Real Madrid 3. 3-1 on aggregate. And who would have predicted this? Barcelona running away with the league by 12 points. But Real Madrid have showed up with their class and quality. And they're beating them in their own backyard by 3-0. Coolly taking penalty from Karim Benzema, who was never in doubt. We know how cool he is from penalties. He's got ice in his veins. And Benzema scores twice. He scored a hat-trick at the weekend. Scored twice tonight. And all 3 of his Champions League goals this season came against Liverpool, which those 2 games weren't that long ago as well. And Xavi is stunned, and Barcelona need to score twice to send this to extra time. But they're not looking as good as they were in the first half. And Marcos Alonso, short pass, gives it to Benzema on the edge of the box. He lays it into Modric, across towards Rodrigo. Oh my days, it's just gone beyond him. How have they not made it 4? Rodrigo on his 150th appearance for the club should have scored. Marcos Alonso, lazy pass looking for Koundé. He gives it straight to Benzema on the edge. Modric had made a run around the corner. He then pulled it back to Rodrigo, who had a tap in from 3 yards. And the ball was just too quick for him. Real Madrid have already got the ball back. They're looking so much better this second half. And all from the confidence they got from their counter-attack at the end of the first half to get them the first goal. 3 goals in 13 minutes either side of half time. Vinicius Jr. Back to Cruz. Across it goes to Valverde in the Real Madrid half. I didn't expect this whatsoever. Courtois. Right foot. Up towards Modric. He's allowed to bring it down. What a touch that is. And a back heel into Rodrigo, who moves it away from Alonso. Benzema, Valverde, Cruz towards halfway. He then swings it out towards Vinicius Jr. on the left. This is great play from Real Madrid. Oozing confidence. He tries to take on Araujo. He's been forced onto the ground. Fairly won back from Araujo. And Vinicius Jr. can't punish Barcelona once again. And Busquets plays it forward to Roberto. Trying to get into the Real Madrid half. Tries to release, but a slide challenge from Valverde stops the ball in its tracks. And it now falls to Camavinga. Inside to Cruz. Forward to Vinicius Jr. Every time they come forward, it looks like they're going to score. Vinicius Jr. finds Benzema on the left-hand side of the box. 1-on-1 with Koundé. Tries to go for a cross towards the far post to Carvajal. He keeps it alive. He it back to Modric on the edge of the box. Across to Camavinga. On his left foot. Fancied the shot, but instead played it to Benzema. Goes inside to Rodrigo. Trying to play a ball through to Vinicius Jr. Blocked from Araujo. Cleared by Sergio Busquets. Can't find Robert Lewandowski up there, and it'll just fall to Militao, who will calmly get it back forward to Valverde. Carvajal. Valverde. Going to go for the switch. Looking for Camavinga, and it's just pinpoint accuracy. This is unbelievable from Real Madrid. Completely different side. Vinicius Jr. Benzema on the edge of the box. Tried to line up a shot. Tried to find the pass instead, but it was blocked alongside Modric. Cruz. Benzema on the left wing. Tackled by Rafinha. And he fouls Rafinha. Trying to win the ball back, and that's a free kick for Barcelona. And changes are made. Frank Kessie comes off and Ansu Fati on. So midfielder off for an attacker for Barcelona. Trying to get back into this game. Balde at left back. Roberto playing in the midfield too with Busquets. Long diagonal ball looking for the left back. Misplaced. Throwing for Real Madrid. Against Barcelona as a manager, he's lost 9. So he's lost 50% of the games he's faced against Barcelona, Carlo Ancelotti. He has got 6 wins, and one of them was when he was manager of AC Milan in 2004. Courtois, long ball forward into the Barcelona half. Nodded down by Araujo, wasn't pressured by Benzema. Now Busquets in the Madrid half. Works it out to the right hand side to Rafinha. Takes on Vinicius Jr., but he can't take on Camavinga again. And Modric can bring it away. Rodrigo's finding a space on the right, and he's been fed by the Croatian. Holding it up, waiting for support, finds Carvajal. He goes inside to Luka Modric. Cruz on the halfway line. As Barcelona get back in position to try and defend. Cruz dispossessed in midfield on the halfway line. Well won back from Barcelona, and it's been brought away from by Busquets, and the pass is so poor. Needed to do better, and Alba can bring it away and force a counter-attack. He's laid it off to Benzema, who shifts it forward quickly to Vinicius Jr., who slowed the game down completely now. As the pressure on Barcelona is non-existent currently. His players get back from the attack that they did have. Valverde breaks forward, lays it off into Benzema, finds Vinicius Jr. He's tackled strongly from Araujo, and he wins the goal kick as the last touch came off Vinicius Jr. It looks like another change is going to be made, and it's going to be Eric Garcia to come on, former Manchester City man, a defender, so I'll be interested to see who they bring off. So Garcia is going to be coming on, and Ferran Torres. So they're throwing everything at this now, Barcelona, because they do need 2 goals in 25 minutes. The ball rolls through to Lewandowski on the left wing. Gets the ball inside. Sergio Busquets. Quickly shifts it over to Rafinha on the right-hand side. Good play that from Busquets. Rafinha allowed to get onto his left foot and try and find a ball in the box towards Lewandowski. It's horrifically misplaced. And that's a goal kick for Real Madrid, and we'll probably get the changes now. Will we get the changes now? Yes, we will. So Garcia is replacing Marcos Alonso at centre-back. Garcia did actually play in the Busquets role at the weekend against Elche. He did play central midfield, which I'd never seen before. I don't think he'll play central midfield today because they bought off a centre-back and he is a centre-back by trade. And Marcos Alonso is being brought off with Rafinha. Ferran Torres will have his attempts now to try and get beyond Camavinga because Rafinha had no luck. As Barcelona break forward, it breaks to Gavi on the edge, finds Ferran Torres on the right-hand side, needs to get the pullback correct. He gets it towards Lewandowski, falls all the way through to Balde, big block. And it's on the edge of the box now to Gavi, not dealt with fully yet by Real Madrid. Until Toni Kroos pokes it away, and Rodrigo finds Vinicius Jr. Now Benzema loses out to Koundé. And Barcelona now come at Real Madrid. It's back and forth, 1-2 with Torres. Koundé on the byline, gets the ball across, and it's just a poor ball. That'll go right the way through for a Real Madrid throw-in. Need to be using these chances better because the clock is ticking and they're not getting any time back. Good shot blocked there by Eder Militao. Carvajal sliced clearance with his left boot on the edge of the Real Madrid box. It's dealt with though by Camavinga. Oh, he's been unbelievable tonight. Kroos, Camavinga in the Real Madrid half. They are trying to beat the Barcelona press, which they can't do because Busquets is putting in a strong challenge. And he's fouled by Modric, Sergio Busquets. Cynically fouled there by Luka Modric. I think he knew what he was doing there. But Modric and Toni Kroos contracts both up at the end of the year in 2023. I think both of them do want to renew. I think it's just a matter of time with that. Free kick for Barcelona. It's a deep one towards Araujo. Loses out. Can't win the header. Goal kick to Real Madrid. They are 3-0 up with 22 minutes to go. 3-1 on aggregate. And it looks like they're going to be facing Osasuna in the Copa del Rey final, and Barcelona will miss the chance to win a domestic treble. Courtois takes the goal kick, tried to find Valverde on the far right-hand side, but it's not been able to be kept in by the Uruguayan. Balde throws it into Roberto. Balde has it now. Garcia forward to Busquets. Finds Lewandowski, who shifts it to the left back to Balde, who will charge forward now as Barcelona look to emerge with a goal. Ansu Fati running 1-on-1 with Carvajal. Tried to cross the first time. Blocks, but back to him. Puts it to the edge of the box to Busquets. He's got time. And he switches it to the right-hand side to Ferran Torres. Fouled by Camavinga. No, referee says he's not been hurt there. And Vinicius Jr. blocked off by Araujo. I don't think there's been a free kick, though. I think the referee thinks that Vinicius Jr. just ran into Araujo. No free kicks given for either side. Garcia. Fati to Sergio Roberto. Can he get through the Real Madrid defence? No, he can't. Dealt with by Alaba. And Kroos wins the free kick on Gavi. Defending well, Real Madrid here. And they need to. There is still time for Barcelona, but it's fair to say they're running out of it. Carvajal tries to find Rodrigo, but he couldn't hold it up. It's now Balde. Enters the Real Madrid half. He's brought down cynically by Carvajal, and that's going to be a booking. He's experienced enough to know what he has to do there, Carvajal, to stop the attack. It's still 3-1 to Newcastle against West Ham, and it's still 1-0 to Manchester United against Brentford. Oh, it's a bad challenge. Just kicks his legs. No intent to win the ball whatsoever there from Dani Carvajal. Ferran Torres. The free kick is deep, and it's gone deep towards the far post, but it's a great catch from Courtois. There was a collision at the far post with Araujo and one of the Real Madrid defenders, Militao, holding his lower back, and he's going to need medical attention, so that'll bring a pause in play. Militao's been very good tonight at the back. Let's have a look. Oh, he got pushed into Courtois by Araujo. He'll be okay. He's back on his feet. Still holding his back, but he'll be fine, like I say. He's just killing a bit of time there. So we've got 18 minutes to go, plus added on time, and it looks like Real Madrid will be getting to a final. And they could win it for the first time since 2014. How special. And the referee will drop the ball. Does the referee want to drop the ball? There's a pause in play. I'm not sure why. The referee is explaining Thibaut Courtois. Not sure why there's a pause. I really wish I knew why there was a pause in play right now. He's doing that. What is that? Has something been thrown onto the pitch? And they've had to remove it? Oh, I really wish I knew what was going on here, but I don't know what's going on. There's a big pause in play. The referee's just holding the ball in front of Courtois. And he's finally dropped it. And we continue. The change has been made during all that. Asensio's come on for Real Madrid, who is heavily linked to Barcelona. His contract's up. Marco Asensio. And Barcelona are interested. Contract expires in the summer, and he replaces Rodrigo. He's had a good 150th appearance for Real Madrid, but he's replaced by Asensio, who could be in the opposite colours next year. Carvajal, Modric, round the corner towards Federico Valverde. Too heavy of a pass. Throw in for Barcelona. It's back with Ter Stegen in his 6-yard box. Has to be careful. Gets it out to Araujo, the right back, but it's fell to Vinicius Jr. Yeah, get up. Too soft. He's been bombarded with abuse by the Barcelona fans, but he went down way too soft there. Balde keeps it in. What a switch that is from Araujo. Did well to keep that in by Balde. Garcia. Ball forward to Busquets. Dispossessed fairly by Modric. It's now Asensio, the number 11. Ball inside to Benzema. He's going to try and get the return off him. But Garcia defends it well. And Ter Stegen clears, not convincingly at all. Straight to Benzema on the byline. Chops onto his left foot. Lays it off into Carvajal. Across it goes to Modric, who slows it down. It's now Asensio. Valverde, Asensio, Valverde again. It's now back to the halfway line to Alaba. Vinicius Jr. Brought down late there from Ferran Torres. Booking for the Spaniard. He's in the book for Ferran Torres for that. A late one on Vinicius Jr. Asensio did score in Real Madrid's last game as well against Real Valladolid. Yeah, it's a late one, that. Ferran Torres, he knew exactly what he was doing there as well. But Asensio has got 2 goals in his last 3 league games. He had his highest scoring season last year in the league of 10. There is Carlo Ancelotti's son, Davide, his youngest child. He's also got a daughter as well, Ancelotti, but his youngest child, which is his son, one and only son, is part of his coaching staff. He was at Everton, and he is here at Real Madrid. And here's the free kick, gone all the way through to Militao, who's definitely onside. Keeps it alive and heads it back to Asensio. Goes to Carvajal. Asensio, left-footed ball in. Slip from Koundé. Benzema! Misses. And a goal kick's been given. No flag. That could have killed the tie. Benzema misses a huge chance for his hat-trick as well. Ball put in from Asensio. It was a hopeful one. It should have been dealt with by Koundé, but he'd slipped. And Benzema was onside. He was so far onside. He was able to bring it down. He spun and had a shot from 12 yards and put it wide. What an opportunity that is to get the game finished and to get a hat-trick as well at the Camp Nou. Barcelona lose it to Camavinga again. He's been so good, Camavinga, at left-back. Absolutely unbelievable. And here's Alaba, 13 minutes to go, plus added on time. It's 3-0 on the night, 3-1 in aggregate to Real Madrid. Down the line, Vinicius Jr. He takes Koundé out of the game, and this could kill the game. Vinicius Jr. plays the cross. Asensio, great save from ter Stegen with his right hand. Asensio took it first time, opened up the body, tried to aim for the far corner, which he did do, but couldn't provide the goal. It is a good save, to be fair, from ter Stegen. He's onside Asensio as Vinicius Jr. released the ball, hit it first time, good save. But Real Madrid have had chances now. They've had 2 in 2 minutes to kill this game. So if Barcelona even get a chance to get back in this, Real Madrid would have had chances to have killed the game off. Toni Kroos has stood over it. It's his right foot. That's going to take it. He swings it in towards Benzema, header won by Eric Garcia. To the edge of the box where Carvajal keeps it alive. Looks like Busquets, who heads it out wide left towards Balde. He's met by a challenge from Valverde, and that'll be a throw-in to Barcelona. And it's taken by Eric. Well, it's been taken by Balde to Eric Garcia. It's now Busquets enters the Real Madrid half. Looking for his options and finds a great ball out wide to Ferran Torres on the right-hand side. He crosses it towards Lewandowski, loses out. Free kick the other way. Referee says he used his elbow. Lewandowski's absolutely certain he didn't use his elbow and it shouldn't be a free kick, but that's what the referee's given. And that's the decision that will stand. Let's have a look. Ball came in. He missed the ball. A little bit of elbow. I'm not sure if that's enough, though, for a free kick, to be honest. Still 3-1 Newcastle and 1-0 Manchester United. Courtois takes the free kick towards Asensio, doesn't win the header. Tries Busquets, who heads it straight to Toni Kroos. It's now Benzema, who's dropped a little bit deeper for the ball. Tries to find a ball around the corner towards Asensio, cut out, and it falls to Ferran Torres. Barcelona play out from the back. They've got 10 minutes plus added on time to try and score 2 goals. Araujo down the line to Ferran Torres. Let's try and take on Alaba here, the Austrian. He keeps it away from him, and he looks for Gavi. Intercepted, though, by Modric. And Camavinga gets it to Vinicius Jr. Great pass. And the counter-attack is on again. 2v3. Vinicius Jr. plays it through. Karim Benzema, hat-trick hero in the Copa del Rey semi-final. And that is job done for Ancelotti. The league might be out of sight, but they have taught Barcelona a footballing lesson at their own backyard. That counter-attack has been so lethal for Real Madrid throughout the whole game, and they've capitalised on it again. Benzema hat-trick. He's now scored 348 goals in the colours of Real Madrid. He's onside. Great selection of pass from Vinicius Jr. And from 6 yards out, he just delicately lifted it over to Stegen to make sure it got beyond the German. It's Barcelona 0, Real Madrid 4, 4 on an aggregate, and Real Madrid have coasted their way through to the Copa del Rey final, where they'll face Osasuna. Barcelona have just not been able to deal with this Real Madrid counter-attack. Not once tonight have they dealt with it well. And alongside that, defensively, Real Madrid have been absolutely superb. That whole back four, but especially Camavinga on the left. At left back, he's been absolutely unreal. And, Barcelona might win the league, but they can't take this 4-0 win away from them. What a performance. Looks like changes are going to be made now for Real Madrid to see this game out. So here come the changes to see the game out. They've done it before, Barcelona against PSG in the Champions League, but I don't think they'll have similar success. Are the changes going to be made yet? It looks like the changes are not going to be made yet. There will be changes for Real Madrid though. Like I said, it's not been made yet. Araujo, Busquets out to Ferran Torres. They need 3 goals in around 10 minutes that's going to be played. Alaba heads away. Busquets to Eric Garcia. Sergio Roberto. I bet they didn't expect this, especially with a goal advantage as well. Barcelona. Here's Ansu Fati. Gets away from Carvajal. And finds Balde. Pulls it back. Header from Fati. And it's caught easily by Courtois, and he drops on it. Decent little play there. Did well to get the space down the left-hand side there, Balde, but didn't quite pick the right cross. It was floated, and it was hard to generate power for Ansu Fati with the header. Ansu Fati scored his first league goal since October in their away win at Elche at the weekend. And they could do with him scoring tonight as well. Carvajal. Fouled by Ansu Fati there. Just caught on the halfway line. I think it's going to be a double change for Real Madrid with 6.5 minutes to go. Let's see what changes are going to be made. Carvajal just holding his neck there. I think that's where he was caught there by Ansu Fati. Double change. Dani Ceballos, the central midfielder, is going to be coming on. And the other central midfielder as well, Aurélien Tchouameni, the Frenchman who was signed for £85 million in the summer. Scored in the World Cup as well, as I think there's more fighting going on with Vinicius Jr. taking his time to get off the field. I think Araujo is the unhappy Barcelona player here. Yeah, Araujo's not happy, pushes Vinicius Jr. to the ground. As he makes his way off, is like I say, I think Real Madrid are shoring up the midfield now. So I think Vinicius Jr. is one of the men to be taken off. It's taken an age to get Vinicius Jr. off the field. And if he's not careful, he could still get sent off here, Vinicius Jr., for time wasting. Because he is on a yellow after an altercation with Gavi in the first half. I think the problem with Vinicius Jr. I don't... Oh, cards coming out. Card coming out. The referee's having to deal with something here. I think the problem is... I could be wrong, so I don't want to prejudge. But you know what? I don't know. Vinicius Junior's not happy with something because he's taking an age to get off the field here, and it's all spilling over. Because you've got to remember the frustration as well that Barcelona will hold through getting played off the park for the last 45 minutes of this game. I'm not sure what Vinicius Junior was so upset about. I'm presuming it will come out eventually after the game. So it's a yellow card for Balde for venting his frustrations. 4-1 Newcastle. Alexander Isak off the bench, and Manchester United are still winning 1-0 with a couple minutes to go. And here comes Tchouameni, replacing Luka Modric, now at the age of 37, will turn 38 in September. 374 appearances now for Real Madrid. And he's also cousin with Mark Viduka, if some of you might know, formerly of Leeds. I thought that was an interesting little bit of fact I found. So Tchouameni's on for Modric. Dani Ceballos is on for Vinicius Junior. I think Nacho Fernandez was going to come on as well, but I'm not sure if he came on or not. I didn't see him come off. Yeah, I don't think Nacho Fernandez came on, so we are as we were, with Real Madrid continuing the game now on the left-hand side. Kroos, shot from the edge of the box, one German to another, saved by ter Stegen. Balde charging forward, he's into the Real Madrid half, he tries to look back, but then instead twists and goes forward. Great run from Balde. Ansu Fati takes over, he's been brought down cynically, says the referee, by Eder Militao, who's certain he got the ball. But the yellow card's been shown to Eder Militao for that one. Just trying to stop any chances for Barcelona mounting any kind of comeback. I mean, I don't think they will now. I think it's too late. 88th minute, still only 3 goals. But, you know, they want to just preserve the clean sheet as well, really. They are defenders at the end of the day. They live for clean sheets, really. Obviously, the odd goal is nice. But, yeah, how he's tried to claim he got the ball there, Eder Militao, I'll never know. Caught Ansu Fati, who's an absolute nightmare with injuries, as a lot of you know. Broke his leg for Barcelona's under-15s. And then he had a meniscus injury, and he was out for 305 days. And then he's had 2 hamstring injuries that's left him out for like 131 days. He's been unlucky with injuries, Ansu Fati. Here comes the Fernandes change, I presume. Yeah, Nacho Fernandes on, and he's been given the captain's armband as he replaces Karim Benzema. Hat-trick hero. 3 goals, all in the second half. 1 from the edge of the box, 1 from the penalty spot. And 1 with a nice, delicate finish from 6 yards out. As the free kick's been dealt with here by Real Madrid, and it's been overran there by Dani Ceballos. He's been brought on, formerly of Arsenal. Spent 2 years at the club, won an FA Cup while he was there. His contract is out at the end of the year at Real Madrid. He'll want to stay, really. He's had 10 starts in the league. He's scored once in the Copa del Rey against Villarreal, and he's also got 3 assists in the competition. I think he'd be a good squad player to keep, probably for Real Madrid, Dani Ceballos. As the ball's been switched out to Balde at left back. Roberto. Eric Garcia. Across to Koundé. Finds Ferran, well, nearly found Ferran Torres. It goes all the way through instead to Araujo, who's been tackled strongly there by Nacho Fernandez, who's gone to left back. And I think Camavinga's slotted into midfield. Here's Koundé. Garcia finds Gavi. Literally got all Barcelona's players in front of him, but he has to go back due to the press of Marco Asensio. There's ter Stegen, sends it up towards Ansu Fati. Carvajal heads it the wrong way. It's now into the path of Lewandowski in the box. Back to goal. Has to hold it up. He's now facing goal. Passes to play it behind him to Balde. Gets the return. Lewandowski crosses to Roberto. It's the weakest of headers. And an easy save for Courtois, who looks like he's going to keep a clean sheet against Barcelona. It'd be his 6th clean sheet against Barcelona and his 25th appearance against the club. as we're hitting the 90th minute. How long's going to be added on in this semi-final? Should be quite a bit because there's been a decent amount of stoppages, but we've got the 3 minutes. That's all referee Juan Martinez Minera has given. Halfway line, we've got a throw in for Barcelona, taken quickly. Thrown to Koundé. Eric Garcia finds left back Balde. Even though he's on the losing side, I do think he's got an unbelievable future, the 19-year-old left back. I've been impressed with him every time I've watched him play. Busquets, Lewandowski takes it on the turn, but he's just surrounded by Madrid players and he loses out. And the clearance has gone only as far as Koundé, who brings it forward. Lays off to Araujo, who's just next door to him to his right. Inside it goes to Busquets. Koundé, Busquets. Fati tries the back heel, it's blocked by Camavinga and the brakes on again. Asensio will drive forward, he's pretty fresh as well. He's going to keep going. And he's been pulled down by Ansu Fati, and that's the most deliberate yellow card you'll ever see. No complaints from either players. Asensio's not kicking off. Ansu Fati isn't. Blatant yellow card. Well, one from Asensio as well. So we've got a minute and 40 seconds left. 5-1 Newcastle. Oh my. Joe Linton with his second of the game. This is not good for West Ham. Because, you know, goal difference could come down to it as well. And just for confidence, losing 5-1. It's not nice. As United look like they're coming into a 1-0 win against Brentford. 94th minute, still 1-0. Here's Carvajal on the ball. Back it goes to Tchouameni. Courtois. Long ball forward towards Carvajal. He stayed up towards the right wing area and he's brought it down. What a touch to Asensio. And the ball gets played through here. Real Madrid are nearly in behind, but it's well dealt with and well defended by Koundé. I think Dani Ceballos was trying to get on the goal-scoring sheet then, but Koundé wanted to spare any more embarrassment there could be for Barcelona by conceding 5. Balde with the throw, and we've got 30 seconds remaining. Another throw in, headed out by Tchouameni. Balde forward, as far as Carvajal. Gets it inside to Asensio. Camavinga. Does he fancy a long range strike? No, he doesn't. He'll just keep it alive with Nacho Fernandez. Offside, Nacho Fernandez was from the pass. And that is full time. Barcelona 0. Real Madrid 4. 4-1 on aggregate. Real Madrid are through to the Copa del Rey final where they'll face Osasuna, and it's all down to Benzema brilliance. Hat-trick for the Frenchman. The goal scoring started right on the end of the first half where Vinicius Junior scored from a brilliant counter-attack. And then the second half was all Benzema. Scored in the 50th minute from the edge of the box. Scored from the spot in the 58th minute. And wrapped it up in the 80th for another counter-attack with a great, delicate finish past Ter Stegen where he lifted it over the German. And despite Barcelona running away with it in the league, Real Madrid was not letting them have Copa del Rey glory as well. Outclassed in their own backyard. Magnificent from Real Madrid. And I think the main team this is worrying is Chelsea. They've got to face them in 2 legs in a couple of days, in a week's time. And it looks like Real Madrid, when it means, and when it matters the most, they do perform. And they put on a show and they win football matches. And they win them by quite a lot. And they've done it again today. Fantastic, fantastic victory for Real Madrid. They knock out Barcelona, who've only got the league to focus on now. So despite Barcelona getting Super Copa glory against them in January, Real Madrid should be getting Copa del Rey glory over them this time. And they've still got the Champions League to focus on as well. So both teams looks like they will finish the season with at least, maybe, potentially 2 pieces of silverware. But it's Real Madrid who are going to have the laughing rights and the bragging rights tonight. It ends Barcelona 0, Real Madrid 4, 4 on aggregate. What a El Clasico we've witnessed tonight. Manchester United have won 1-0 against Brentford. Big win for the top 4. Newcastle have also battered West Ham 5-1. A big win for both sides there. And for tonight's game, that's going to be the end of the commentary. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe. My man of the match for tonight's game, take away Benzema because he scored a hat-trick, so he's going to get one of the man of the match. But the real man of the match, Camavinga at left-back. Got Rafinha subbed off because he just had no joy. Dealt with Ferran Torres with ease. For someone who's not actually naturally left-back, he played absolutely unbelievable. So my man of the match is Camavinga instead of Benzema because Benzema scored a hat-trick, so we know he was the best player on the pitch. But Camavinga needed a shout-out big time because he was unbelievable. But yeah, that's it for me tonight. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. Another commentary is coming at the weekend. I don't know what game it is, but make sure you keep notifications on so you are notified when I go live. But yeah, thanks for everyone watching, everyone who did like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next stream. But tonight, it's Real Madrid who march into the Copa del Rey final, where they will try and win their first Copa del Rey since 2014.